Everyone, hope everything is going well. I got this in the mail via TTM. Bill Cartwright, who lives now on the West Coast, I think he works at University of San Francisco. I wanted his autograph. Me being a Bulls fan, he did coach the Bulls, I think, for a year or so. Anyways, I don't know if you could see it up top. He did inscribe my name. It says Rahul, and then I think it says Bill Cartwright at the bottom. I should have gotten a different card, maybe a lighter version card because you could actually see the autograph, but I like it regardless because it's a Bulls player. I've gotten a few Bulls players in the past, and hopefully more will send autographs back via TTM. So it's a nice thing. Speaking of autographs, I do think that the next few years will be decent opportunities regarding, say, you buy a ticket, right? Unused ticket, not unused ticket, but someone goes to a game, you get a game used ticket, and you get that autographed. Maybe if it's like the World Series or it's the first game of a top player, Hall of Fame player, and do the arbitrage that way, get it slabbed by PSA, and then sell it on one of these sites over time. I think that is a play that will work. And the reason why I say this, I wasn't around during the time where the tickets were being hyped up or game used memorabilia was hyped up. I'm just looking at it from, hey, look, we have in the next few years, as I've mentioned, it's going to be rough. We're already seeing signs of it in the job market. I don't want to get too much into macro, but I'm just going to give a brief outline. We're seeing GDP numbers going down a little bit. We're seeing inverted yield curve for the longest period of time, or one of the longest period of time. And just putting all that together, commercial real estate market has issues. I go to work on Fridays and I notice that a lot of people don't show up to work downtown. The trains really are empty. Unless, you see people going to a Cubs game. I don't see offices really being utilized on Mondays. This is going to be impacting the bigger cities, okay? And it will impact the overall economy. And we're already seeing the consumers being stretched with consumer discretionaries not doing so hot, okay? And what I've been doing personally, I've been selling some stock slowly but gradually, raising some cash, and I want to use that cash during the next downturn. And here's the deal. If you see a downturn in the economy, we're not talking about, a technical recession of 2 years ago. We're talking about the big enchilada here, something like 2008. A lot of people, unfortunately, are going to be losing their jobs. I could be losing my job too if my company goes bankrupt or whatever. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But you're going to see a lot of layoffs. And not only that, if someone is lucky enough or fortunate enough not to lose their job, they're not going to be making those extra purchases because they don't know if their job is going to be on the line. What if their company has to make layoffs? So people are not going to make those big purchases. Maybe like the rich, and the rich will still be buying, but I'm pretty sure that they will be cutting back as well. And I don't think this is going to be a mini recession. This could be worse than 2008. Hopefully I'm wrong on this. I hope I am. A lot of indicators, it doesn't look nice. But there comes opportunities with a situation like this, which I believe will occur. And there's going to be not only tickets, you could look at other cards as well. People will be liquidating whatever they have, so things will come on the cheaper end. Right now, over the past, year and a half, ever since like pretty much all markets have gone up. Sports cards really have not. You see the high quality cards, memorabilia, they're doing well since June of 2022. Jordan cards have done better, you could say, than some of these overall indexes from what I've looked at. And yeah, I didn't, I questioned the Jordan sales. Darren Ravel was consistently telling me, hey, look, these are legit and all of that. Now, I did say that, hey, look, Jesse Craig was the middleman. Should we trust Jesse Craig? That's what I was saying, especially with what went down at PWCC over the past few years. Now, I'm just looking at it. If all of this goes down, going back to the economy, people will be force liquidating some of the items that they don't want to sell, but they have to sell because they have to put food on the table, they have to pay their mortgage, or they lose their job, all that stuff. And in addition to that, I remember reading in about 2009, 2010, whenever that Bernie Madoff scandal was going on, Bernie Madoff clients, they didn't have funds in their account, and some of them retired. And what some of these wealthy individuals had to do at the time, they had to sell some of their items on these auction houses, high-end auction houses. I think it was like Sotheby and all those auction houses. They were just selling their high-end stuff. And at that time, the items went down in value. Now, it didn't go down as much as real estate did, but there was a hit. So in terms of deals, I do expect deals all across the board. Now, some deals from a collector's point of view will be better than others. Some from a speculative point of view, deals will be better than others. People probably won't be buying golf cards in large amounts during that time frame. Maybe Tiger Woods cards, Jack Nicklaus, a few others, but I believe that you have the high-end basketball cards. You can have deals there. You have high-end deals in regards to football. And what I like the best is you get a ticket, right? And you get an autograph. You could go to like Powers memorabilia. You could go TTM, etc. and go from there. Now, I wouldn't do like this arbitrage to flip right away. Unless I needed the money, I would probably wait. Because over time, technicality, autographs do retain value. Now, we did go through COVID, and COVID screwed up the whole pricing mechanism of all of that. Last thing I wanted to mention, there are still opportunities every day. And one of the opportunities that I see is, hey, you buy a collection in bulk, pay 60, 70 cents on the dollar, and you sell all of those items. Okay, that's the typical way. Another way is you find a mistake on an auction. I've done that before once, where one individual put an Aaron Rodgers Sage card up. It was a PSA 10, but it wasn't labeled in the title. And I was, at the time, able to snatch that card up for about $20-some cheaper than what was the market price of it. So if you're able to find that, you spend all this time on these auction houses, that's another way to do that. And this is not, 2020, where I could take a Phelps card. I was buying this, I've said this numerous times, but in November of 2020, bought a Michael Phelps autograph on Probstein, I think about for $400 to $500. And within 3 months, I was able to flip it for about $1,500. But Probstein, I think I consigned it via Probstein or 4 Sharp Corners, whatever. But they had to take a commission, so maybe 13 something after commission. But still, that ROI within 3 months, that was insane. You're not going to see that. And I'd rather play the long game now. And that's when I got into the hobby. It's just, hey, look, I know the Fed's going to print money over time. This is 2018. I know there's going to be all this inflation down the road, so cards should hold value. I didn't expect 1.5 years the market to blow up. I'm being completely honest. And you saw gains of what, 500%, 600%, 3,000% on some of them. It's insane at that time frame. So just because I do see gloom and doom in the economy next few years, there will be some decent opportunities ahead out there. I thought there were going to be more opportunities in October of 2022. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Number one, the Fed didn't cut rates as I thought as they would. They did pause, but they didn't cut. And then two, I didn't expect a lot of people to use Kurt's Card Care. Kurt's Card Care artificially increases the supply. When you artificially increase the supply, what happens to the price? The price goes lower. So despite all of this going on, despite all the gloom and doom that I do see coming, there will be opportunities. And even now, looking at weak auctions, there's plenty of them. There's a lot of items out there that are just cheap. And a lot of people don't have the discretionary income to buy it. So just because, some people say, oh, negative this, negative that, oh, negative Nancy, right? Opportunity is all over. Now, the only issue with a lot of people is they're financially strapped. So find an extra way to get income, find a different way to get income, and you like this hobby, you want to speculate, you want to collect, there's your way to do that. Anyways, let me know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you later. See ya. Bye.